Hey guys, welcome back to the DX Gamer Show and my Simcity Let's Play for Monday, April 29th, 2013. And we're spending the very beginning of this episode in Sleepy Cliffs because one of the commenters said that a library isn't good enough and I have to have schools in the city. Place the schools, DX! Place the schools. So there you go, bud. There's two of them. And now we're moving on to our population city, which I have decided to call Trenton. Then we did a quick pan of all the locations around this region: Riverview, Sleepy Cliffs, and the Great Works Project, the International Airport. And now we're going to go ahead and get started on our population city, Trenton. Now this one isn't going to be all fancy schmancy like the other cities with curved and circle roads and stuff. This one's going to be a lot more like Indie DX, as we're pretty much going for the grid type with the most efficient layout to basically get as many people packed in this city as possible. Later on, we may structure the roads to try to deal with the inevitable traffic problem that this city is going to be plagued with. In fact, that's going to be probably the hardest challenge of the city, is keeping the traffic under control. Fortunately though, we have a nice railroad track entrance there. It's all of the way at the corner of the map, which is perfect. And we'll just try to fit a rail station in there a little bit later. And yes, we will be adding a little bit of tourism to the city a little bit later on. We'll probably do some of the bigger buildings that will probably fit into the cityscape a bit better, such as the Empire State Building and the Willis Tower. And we'll probably use those. And then someone actually requested that I go ahead and put the Maxis man in this city, so we'll go ahead and do that a little bit later. Probably not this episode though. We're just building roads, and essentially this is going to be a commercial residential city. We're not really going to build any industry, and just pretty much standard like the other cities. Pollution is going to be generated by the garbage dump. And for the time being, until I figure out what's what, we're going to be buying power, water, and waste treatment from Riverview. It has an abundance of the ability to pretty much handle that from this city, so that's how we're going to run this at first. It will save us a little bit of money, and maybe we'll think about doing the higher tier police station, fire station, especially the fire station, because we haven't really had the opportunity to build those fire station helicopters, and that's something that now that we have the international airport or the municipal airport in one of our cities, we should have that unlock to go ahead and do that. So we may do that a little bit later on. But pretty much, sorry, this layout of this city is going to be extremely boring. It's all about efficiency right now. And I did watch, like I said before in the previous video, a video about a guy who did like the T's and L's thing. We're pretty much going to go with a straight grid, and we may work in a T's and L's kind of cross intersection kind of thing and try to direct flow. But again, there's not going to be really any industry, so the places where people have to work are going to be right next to each other, and I'm hoping that's going to play a beneficial role in developing as many population as possible. And I think we're going to go again with the higher wealth buildings, just because I like the way they look, and we're probably just going to go in that direction. Also, we're starting with a decent amount of money. We basically transferred the excess money from Sleepy Cliffs over to this city, and that all went clean and smooth. Although it took as long as usual. That 2.0 patch didn't really help that at all. We had to sit there and wait in Sleepy Cliffs while we got the confirmation that the money actually transferred over, and then we actually had to spend 24 hours in this city to wait for all the things to unlock, which I pre-did. We didn't watch all that stuff happen, and we got to watch the international airport go and do its thing again. We didn't. I did. And that's pretty much where we're at here. We pretty much started at 6 in the morning. We've got time on a normal pace at the moment while we just get everything laid down. And then we're going to go ahead and put the speed up. And then hopefully my computer will be able to handle all the craziness that happens later on as our population grows past several 100,000 people. I'm hoping for at least 300,000. I don't know what the highest city possible is in this game, but we're just going to do our own little thing, and we'll try to hit the population of 300,000. That will be my goal. So here we go, basically laying down all the residential and commercial zones sporadically. I kind of treat the commercial zones like parks to the residential zones, and that's kind of how I zone everything. And I just kind of spread it out as much as possible, and then of course we may have to knock out to create balance the commercial zones, because they always tend to have an issue where there's not enough shoppers. And since this is super far down my Let's Play series, we're pretty much going to just slap down the buildings as fast as possible and try to get everything done. We'll probably run into a negative budget, but we have that $1 million to work with. I'm probably going to spend every bit of that $1 million, and then we're just going to plop things down as they come along. And then when we get to the point where we've got all the buildings down, there's just going to be a ton of downtime. I'm probably just going to do like this time-lapse thing where I'll just let the camera sit in one position, and we'll speed up the video really fast to like 600% and just watch all the buildings kind of fill in and go from, you know, say like 20,000 to maybe 100,000 population. And since I'm going to be throwing in tourism into the city, I'm probably going to go ahead and throw in a expo center. And since we're right next to the international airport, hopefully that'll all create a synergy and it'll all work out, and we'll get tons of people in here and make tons of money because they have all these people wanting to check out our city. And then let's see, what else? We got the train station. Yeah, we'll build a train station in there to get some people in. We'll get the bus depots up and running. We may do streetcars later on when we're making tons of money, or we might invest those into the higher tier police station, fire station, and possibly a hospital. And I'm going to pack all these services right next to each other in this little block so they're not obstructed by other buildings and stuff. And we're going to fully upgrade all of these. I'm going to go ahead, slap these down real quick, and fully upgrade them. So we'll get the fire station out here real quick, and then after this, we'll flip around the back and we'll get the clinic in, and then we'll have our nice services, and that'll allow for some rapid growth as we have the time still on normal, but we'll speed it up and we'll just kind of watch everything grow super quick. I'm also going to be throwing some education in this city to eliminate the crime and prevent some of the fires and prevent people needing to go to the hospital as much, because that has been proven that definitely works to prevent those things. And especially in a population city of a 300,000 plus, that's definitely going to help out, because even if we have all these things in place with all that population and all that traffic rummaging around, they won't necessarily be able to get those things. So if they're kind of alleviated a little bit by the education system, that's definitely going to help us overall in the city. We're also going to get the recycling center in this city so that we can immediately make beneficial money off of the alloys, plastic, and metals. And we're basically going to build a export depot so we can just get that stuff going and make money, because we're going to go through our money really quickly as I build all these services and put them into place. And then finally, after that, I'm probably going to go ahead and throw in some high wealth parks. We'll go with the parks that we haven't really gone with, the plazas, to promote high wealth citizens. And we'll get all those nice and pretty glass buildings. But here we go. Getting started here, we're going to throw this in here really fast. Pretty much slap down this school, fully upgrade it. We'll probably throw a library or two in here. We'll definitely get the community college and, just get the higher education. I think that promotes stuff in the commercial zones too. We'll get some office buildings and stuff, which will all around help with the synergy of the city. So you guys tired yet during this episode? Because I feel like I'm talking super fast and we're doing a lot of things super fast, and I don't know why I'm talking so fast during this episode. I just am. I can't help it. Maybe because I feel like I'm going really fast. Not exactly quite like my Friday episode where I was all like tired and smoked and just saying the most crazy things. I'm back up and I've got some sleep in me, and I'm energized, which is kind of odd for a Monday, to be honest, because usually on Mondays I'm like dragging my feet and I'm like, I don't want to do it. So I'm going to hold off on placing the regional bus terminal because we're already throwing ourselves into a relatively massive negative budget, and there's still a couple of things I want to get out. We may even end up taking out a loan because that it's going to get crazy when you get all this stuff out here. But we're going to get the taxes appropriately set up. We're going to give the rich class a bigger break in the city than I normally do right away. I usually just give them the 8% tax rate. We'll go ahead and give them the 7% tax rate. And I may even take the taxes down even further once the population goes up and we're making a ton of money and we don't necessarily need all the crazy services and stuff, because obviously we're not doing the specialized industry in the city and we're not going to be doing anything crazy. We're just working towards population. Now that we have a school and a bus depot, we're basically going to go ahead and slap down these bus stops really quickly. You guys have all seen this before, so I'm going to try to get this done as fast as possible. I guess I could make it really go fast by cutting it out of the video completely, but nah, let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and throw these in, and you guys can see the basic structure of the city as I lay it down, because if we do anything phenomenal at the end, you're going to say, hey DX, how did you do this again? You're going to want to come back to these videos and check them out, yeah? Okay, that's enough of the craziness. I'm gonna take it down a notch and just slow down a little bit so we can see that I'm just basically placing the bus stops here for the bus terminals. And you know what's really interesting is that I'm definitely going to be interested to see how this city works out after it's all done. We really want to get that 300,000 population and make our way to accomplishing the most impressive city that you've ever seen in Simcity. Okay, so maybe some of the goofball that I had in me on Friday is still there. Which is fine, because I definitely need something to lift up the spirits on these final episodes, as we've already seen a ton of cities built, and we definitely need to have some kind of upbeat commentary to make this interesting. Okay, that was fun, but I'm done. And now we're just doing our last final touches here to finish out the episode. And during the next episode, like I said, we're probably going to do some sort of time-lapse thing. I'll throw some music in there. We'll basically watch the city develop at like 600% and watch all the buildings kind of go. And I'm kind of curious to see how that's all going to turn out. But that one is going to be for Tuesday's episode, most likely. I don't think there's going to be a lot of kind of things that we're going to do to the city here after we get all this basic stuff in. We'll probably throw a couple more services in at the start of the next episode, and then we'll go ahead and run with that time-lapse thing. And then we'll probably build one final city after this city, the electronic city that's basically going to build the solar array. That's all going to be crammed into one episode, and I'm pretty much going to end the series with that. That's pretty much it for the Monday episode here. Thank you for watching the DX Gamer Show and my SimCity Let's Play. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one. Take care and have a great day.